What's up, y'all? Today I'm going to teach you how to do the heel side backside 540. Before we get this video started, I just want to say this video is sponsored by Centurion boats and Hyperlight wakeboards. Some tricks you're going to want to already know how to do before doing the backside 540 are a heel side backside 180 landing blind wake to wake, and also a heel side backside 360. If you don't already know how to do these two tricks, I do have a tutorial for both of them on the channel, so feel free to go check them out. Also, I do have tons more tutorials on my channel from beginner to pro level tricks on both the boat and the cable. So if you feel like staying tuned for that and want to see a bunch more tutorials, feel free to subscribe and check everything out. One thing I do suggest before doing the backside 540 is really getting a heel side backside 180 landing wrapped on lockdown. I want you to be able to land blind in the most uncomfortable situations possible and being able to recover. Being able to land blind, spinning too early or spinning extremely late, or just any situation possible, you need to be able to land blind. And once you're really consistent with that, it'll make the heel side backside 5 extremely easy. The approach you're going to want to take for the backside 5 is pretty similar to the backside 3. You're just going to want to get about 3/4 away from the wake as possible and take a nice medium-ish edge back in towards the wake, the edge that'll sort of take you perfectly wake to wake. Now that you're approaching the wake from that medium progressive edge, make sure you're squatted and make sure you edge all the way up through the very top of the wake. As you're going up the wake, make sure you start extending slowly from the bottom and extend more and more and more into the very peak. You're going to want to be at full extension to give it a real solid push for that straight up, straight down pop. Now that you've gotten your pop off the very top of the wake, you're going to want to make sure you fully release from the wake before you initiate your spin. So now you've gotten your pop and you've released from the wake, so make sure you take that handle and really rip it towards your lower back and drop that hand off. So start ripping it towards your lower back to initiate that backside rotation. Also, to help initiate that backside rotation, make sure you turn your shoulders away from the boat and your head away from the boat as well to really get that backside rotation initiated. Now that your rotation has been initiated, make sure you keep pulling that handle down to your lower back, and as soon as your rear hand has already let go of this handle, make sure you are already looking for it. You can try and get that handle nice and early. Since your shoulders are already turned away from the boat and your head is already turned away from the boat, after you have that handle and you start finishing up that first 180-degree rotation, you'll be able to spot your landing already and get prepared for the next part of the trick. Now that you've finished that first backside 180 and you can already sort of spot your landing from here forward, you just really need to try and rip that handle into your front hand again. It'll almost be like a switch front 3 from here, or you can just continue your rotation all the way to 360 and then it'll really simulate a backside 180. This is sort of where knowing how to land blind comes into play, whether it's the switch front 3 or the regular backside 180. As you're coming around from the trick, you're already spotting your landing right here, and you just want to do a nice late backside 180 landing blind. So just really pull that handle to your lower back. You're going to want to get your chest over your toes, bend your knees on impact, and just ride away from the boat, edging switch toe side. A couple tips I do have for this trick are basically when you're first learning it, I don't want you to go and do a bunch of backside 360s before attempting this trick. I want you to really only do like 1 or 2 backside 360s for warm up, because if you do a bunch of backside 360s, this will really kind of make you get in a bad habit and not forcing yourself to actually try and go to backside 5. So if you just do a bunch of backside 360s, you might never have the balls to make yourself do it. So if you just do like 1 or 2, and then just go for it straight out of the gate, it'll make you get in a better like mental spot, and it'll help you out a lot, I think. Another thing with this trick is there's actually a lot more time than you think to actually finish this trick. You can do this trick on the smallest of wakes. So if you can actually do a backside 3 and already do a backside 1, you likely could definitely do this trick. So don't be scared to give it a shot. One last tip would be is that I feel like most people do like a backside 3 and then a backside 1. If you are struggling with this, really try and just do more of a backside 1 and then think about doing a switch front 3. This really helps me a lot, and I'm a lot more consistent if I think of it that way. So if you really just sort of change your perspective on this trick, it could help you out. And I'm not saying that the backside 3 to backside 1 is any way the wrong way to do it at all. I feel like most people prefer it that way. Just if you are struggling with that, try it. Backside 1 to switch front 3. I'm just going to give you a quick little summary of the entire trick. Just make sure you get about 3/4 away from the wake as possible and take a nice medium-ish progressive edge back in towards the wake. So make sure you edge all the way up and through the top of the wake, and make sure you're squatted and start standing taller and taller, and really give it a solid push at the top of the wake to get that straight up, straight down pop. Make sure you fully release from the wake before you initiate your spin. To initiate your spin, make sure you rip that handle to your lower back, really turn those shoulders away from the boat, your head away from the boat. Reach with that other hand nice and early to get the handle nice and early. Now that you've done sort of a backside 180, you'll be able to spot your landing early. Finish up that 3, grab the handle with your other hand, and just rip yourself to blind. Make sure you get those shoulders over your toes, bend your knees on impact, and right away from the boat, switch toe side. That's how you do the heel side backside 540. If you guys like this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Comment below on what kind of videos you guys want to see in the future and what kind of tricks you guys want to learn in the future. And also remember, I'll be uploading a wakeboarding video every second day forever. So make sure you guys subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Peace!